So if you're waiting for your filters to come in the mail or for the shop to stock them, what you can actually do to breathe a little bit more life in them is put them into boiling water and just let it sit in there for about 15 minutes. This will still keep heating up until it starts vigorously boiling. And as I said, I'll boil it for 15 minutes. You can boil it longer. The longer you boil it, the more odors will be released from in there. So they're trapped inside the carbon, and by heating it up, you're releasing them. So whoever said a boiling pot won't boil if you're staring at it was actually clearly lying. So this is the vigorous temperature that you can boil it at. You could probably boil it at a simmering temperature so it's not as violent, but I like to just put it on as hot as it can go and just let it boil away for 15 minutes. Now we've been boiling away for 15 minutes on high. It's time to take it off the boil. Strain that off. Now what you can do is either just leave it, which I don't recommend, and then just let it dry in the sun or something like that. That'll take all day. You can see the steam is still coming out of it. Now imagine that once it's cool, it will take a long time. The second way is to put it in an oven, which is alright. You could do that. Just put it in the oven, maybe on a light, medium heat. Leave the door ajar so that way if there's any fumes building up they can escape, so you don't make a fume in your oven. The way I do it is I have a small pizza oven or pie oven. I just put that on there and pop it in the pie oven for 10 minutes. Well, actually, yeah. And once again, just prop it open. So be careful when pulling it out. If you've left it in there too long, it may actually get very brittle or even stuck to the tray, and if you crush it, it will just disintegrate. So you can see it's kind of flaking off onto my fingers. So I probably would not want to drop this. It will probably shatter, but smell wise it smells perfectly clear. Before I smelt it and it just reeked of an off smell from the actual wash itself, but now it's come up pretty good. And it's probably not the best method you could use, but if you're in a bind and that's your only option, then boiling it away and drying it out would work. Now you could boil it for longer and that will get rid of more odours. However, if it's in a pie oven, those heater elements are very close to it, and I think if I left it in too long it would get too brittle. So it's pretty dry now. I'll just leave that out and let it dry overnight, and tomorrow it'll be fine to use.